Shalom, I'm gonna make this real quick, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Bashim Kakodash. Shalom to the hopefully elect out there. And I'm gonna entitle this video Thomas Thorowgood said the Indians are descendant from the Israelites, or actually the 10 tribes, part of the 10 tribes to be more specific. So I was watching a video. Let me bring this video up, and I'll leave it in the description box, on John Adair, History of the American Indian by James. I'm sorry, I said John. History of the American Indians by James Adair, book review. So it's a little bit more than 22 minutes long. So I get to this point here, which is, I can hardly see it. It was about 2 some odd minutes in. I can hardly see it. So the narrator, he goes to this individual, Thomas Thorowgood, and this is what it says. If you can see it, I'll go to the actual Google page, put his name in there. He was the first. Let me do it this way. So I took the name Thomas Thorowgood, and this is what it said. It said Thomas Thorowgood, BD, was a Puritan. By the way, he was born in 1595 and died in 1669. So we're talking 74 years. He almost did his 4 score. He did his 3 score and 10. Thomas Thorowgood, BD, was a Puritan minister and preacher in Kings Lynn, Norfolk, which is Norfolk, Virginia. I'm sorry, Norfolk, England, because you have a Norfolk, Virginia, which was, that name was taken from the Norfolk in England. He was the first English author to argue in 1650 that American Indians were descendants from the lost 10 tribes of the biblical ancient Israelites. Let me just open this up. This theory was an early 16th century Christian theology that was revived. Oh, wait a minute. This is new news. So he says that the American Indians, are of the lost 10 tribes of the biblical ancient Israelite. This theory was an early 16th century Christian theory that was revived in popularity during the beginning of the English colonization of North America in the 17th century, in the 1600s. So it doesn't tell you how many of them believed that, but it was an ongoing thing that was argued about. You know, you read the book American Indian by James Adair, History of the American Indian. So it was talked about. So when they came to the New World, when they came from Europe and England and so forth, they said these got to be Israelites over here. Backing up what we say, you know, based upon a second Kings, the 17th chapter, around about you got to read the whole chapter, but around about the 20th verse on down, and then you immediately go to the Apocrypha, second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. So that proves that, you know, this is further information coming from so-called Edomites, because he may be a Jake that looked like an Edomite. We don't know. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me take the word Israelite. Okay. Israelite is written on this Wikipedia page 4 times. I just want to go to the point here. All right, let me go right here. It says, with the Puritan goal of converting the American Indians to the Christian faith, one of the strategies devised by the Puritan settlers was to view the Indians as being descendants, not just one man, from that was their strategy, to look at them like the Israelites, to viewing the Indians in, I'm sorry, bear me for a minute, was to view, one of their strategies was to view the Indians as being descended from the ancient Israelites through the Christian messianic millennial millennial myth of the lost 10 tribes, because it was spoken of that what happened to the other tribes, what happened to the northern kingdom. Let me jump down here. About the letters encounters with people who seem to follow some Israelite religious rites and customs. That's what James Adair said in his book History of the American Indian. In the northern part of the Andes mountain range, modern day Colombia. Now, when James Adair, he traded and lived, I believe it was for a year or two, among the Southeast Indians. Like you had the Cherokee, I believe the Choctaw, and the Seminole. So let me come down here. Concerning, this is references, concerning his conjecture that the Americans are descended, meaning American Indians, are descended from the Israelites. With the history of a Portugal Lu Antonio Monterinos, arrested by Manasseh ben Israel. That's an Edomite, thinking that he's a an Israelite. It says here, Tudor Parfit, The Lost Tribes of Israel, The History of a Myth, London, 2003. So behind the scenes, these Edomites are talking about, their views on the Israelites, and they think that the Indians of America are Israelites. I think that's it. Anyway, I said I was going to make this short. It's on to the next one. Shalom.